Okay, so we're going to be going through what a subscription is, what it isn't, how to find it, what to do with it, why we encourage you to have one. So first of all, I'm going to set up my screen here so that I can screen share. Maybe just let me know when you can see that. All right, can you see the sign-in page?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so the first thing you're going to do to find your subscription, if you are in Canada, you're going to type up here in the URL up at the top, you're going to put in plexusworldwide.ca. And if you're in the US, you're going to put plexusworldwide.com. If you go to, I'm going to show you this. If you use Google, so first of all, it's always good if you have Google Chrome to use it for pretty much everything Plexus related. If you use the Google search window and you put in plexusworldwide.ca, it takes you to the entire company website. You don't need to do all that. If you just put in the Plexus Worldwide, just go straight into it on the URL here. Just one sec. I'm going to type it in here. Hang on, I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to do plexusworldwide.ca. Anything you're doing in Plexus, you want to make sure you're in the .ca unless you live in the US. Okay, so when it loads, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to see this page here. This is the plexusworldwide.ca homepage. And then you are going to go to this little icon right here, and that's where you sign into your account. So
May I make a tip here? You can always tell what site you're in because the flag will show Canada if you're in .ca and it'll show a US flag if you're in .com.
Perfect, right here. So if the flag is US, then you can go on the flag and you can change it to Canada. Okay, so I'm going to sign into my account. So it says email or username. It's always emailed. All right, so we're going to sign into your account. And it's going to look the same, except the difference is going to be, for most of you, you're going to see a circle with your initials in it. Okay, so for me, I've uploaded a picture and I'll show you where you can do that if you want to. But most of you, it'll just be your initials. So everything to do with your account is right here under your initials. And that's where your subscription is. Order history, we'll take a look at that. This virtual office is something completely different. If you're brand new, product user only right now, not involved in enrolling anybody, you don't need to go in there. You don't have to know what's in there right away, but you can certainly go in and there's incredible resources. There's training in there on everything. There's product information, product videos, product things you can share on Facebook. Everything's in there related to building a Plexus business. But everything you need in terms of managing your subscription is right here. So you're just going to go and click on my account. I've got all your Zoom pictures here covering half the screens. I've got to just move that. All right. Okay, so this is the page that's going to load. On Saturday morning, is that correct, Stella, on Saturday morning at 10:30?
Yeah.
On Saturday morning at 10:30 this week, Stella is going to take you in here, and this is for your new ambassadors, and she's going to go through everything that's in the account. She's going to walk you through each of these tabs and let you know what they're about and what you do in there. Today, I'm just going to be focusing on the subscription. But I just wanted to show you, as soon as you open my account, right here, it says upload. Yours will say upload a photo. So if you want to put your picture in there, you just click on there and you can upload a picture of yourself. Okay, otherwise it'll show your initials. That's your account ID number. This shows I've been in the company a long time, so my number's a little shorter. A lot of you have long numbers. That's where your account number is if you ever need it. Okay, so we're going to go to my subscription right here. And I'm going to open mine up. All right, so you're always going to see two subscriptions. You should see two subscriptions. One of them is the annual membership subscription. So when you joined, you paid $9.95 if you joined during the period of time where that was being offered, but otherwise the subscription for 1 year is $53.38. This is an automatic renewal that is set up so that next year when your anniversary date comes, which is right here, it shows it's scheduled for, mine is June 20th of 2021. It's automatically going to renew my subscription for $53.38. So if I open up view details, there it is. There's my annual membership, and which includes my replicated website and hosting for that website. Your virtual office, everything that you get right now, you would get again. So are there any questions about this subscription? If you have had other subscriptions that you have set up, maybe you set one up at the beginning of the month and then you wanted 5 other products later in the month and you set up a separate subscription or whatever your reasons are to do that, and then you turned it off. These are called inactive subscriptions. So these are subscriptions that I've had and I have turned them off. Okay, so they don't really go away. If I open it up, it doesn't really give an option to reactivate it. It just kind of sits there. Not really sure why. Okay, so those are inactive. All right, so the top subscription, generally the one at the very top, is your current subscription for your products. So when you enroll, when you got your membership set up, it included and automatically set up a subscription for 1 month after your startup date. It was automatically part of the enrollment process, and it typically will set up a subscription for exactly what you ordered. So if you enrolled with a triplex combo, your subscription will be set up with a triplex combo. And the reason that's set up like that, you have a 60-day money back guarantee window when you start. I mean, you do on any product anytime, but when you start, we ask you to commit to 60 days. And you heard me say this on the video the other day. We're not asking you to try the product and see or whatever. We ask you to commit to take the products for 60 days because that's the period of time that you really need to give your body to adjust. 90 days would be ideal, but the money back guarantee is 60 days. So by having your subscription already turned on for 1 month from the time you start, that way you are insured to be able to be on the products consistently without interruption for 2 full months. And that's what we ask you to do. So you can then, so just know that from the day you enrolled, your second month will come on the same day you enrolled 1 month later, but you can go in here and you can make changes to it. So a subscription is not the same as an auto ship. Some people have been in companies before where, or they order something on the TV and then they're like, or you go online and you want to get something and then all of a sudden you see it coming off your credit card every month. Nobody likes that. Nobody wants that. So you've got to remember that a subscription is something that you totally have control. It's up to you to manage it and it's up to you to take care of it. And that's why we want to show you how to do it. Okay, so this subscription here is, I'm going to click on view. Well, first of all, if we just look right here, there's a subscription number. So if you ever had to talk to client care about it, that's the number of the subscription. It says here it's scheduled for November 5th of 2020. So my subscription came out to, it got shipped yesterday. So mine was set for October 5th. And now it's automatically set for November the 5th, but I don't want the same products in November, so I'll show you how to change them. So there's a button here to change the date. So if you want the exact same thing, but you want to change the date to a different time in the month. So let's say right now your subscription is set for November 24th. Well, let me start here. The last day that your subscription can be set for is the 28th. Okay, that's the last day that you can get a subscription. So the other 2 days are grayed out. It's hard to tell, they're pretty pale, but they are grayed out, and that's because they are past the subscription date. So a subscription can never be set beyond the 28th. If you have a subscription on the 28th, and that's likely if you got your membership set up on the 29th or 30th, and your subscription will automatically go to the 28th, please move it forward. Having a subscription on the 28th of the month is it's you and 100,000 other orders going through on that day. It is just a crazy day, so it delays everything. So if your subscription is set for the 28th, shipping, or not even shipping, packaging, everything is going to take longer because there is such a massive volume of orders that go out at the end of the month. So if you see on yours, when you open up the calendar, if you see it on the 28th, I'm going to encourage you to move it up even a couple of days. Okay, just move it up a few days. Your product's going to arrive. You're going to be just running out when your product arrives if it's exactly 1 month apart. So there's no harm. You're going to have a little bit of an overlap, but it's going to come to you quicker, first of all, because it's not going to be that massive shipping. And I encourage people over time, if you find that you're staying on the products month after month and you're going to be staying on it and you're committed to it, then I would encourage you to start moving every month, or, you know, just move it up. I've moved mine all the way up to the top. So what I did is mine was originally, I think, on the 20th, because that's when I had joined. And what I did is I moved mine up to the beginning. Now, nobody wanted to have it at the beginning before, because Plexus used to offer promotions all through the month. So people would get frustrated because they would place their order, they would have their subscription ready to go on the 4th, and then on the 11th they would announce a new incentive, and then people would be like, ah, drats, you know, I just did mine. So they've changed that, and they announce all the incentives on the 1st of the month. So if you watch your emails on the 1st of every month, you'll get an email that describes all the incentives for the month, and it will also tell you what the product what do they call it? Feature product, or
Product of the month.
Product of the month. Thank you, Stella. The product of the month is announced on the 1st of the month. And for Canada this month, it is X Factor. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So now you don't have to worry about that. So even if it means that your product comes a bit sooner, it will just save you so many problems that can happen in that last week by just moving that up sooner, okay? So you can pick any day you want. So what happens is you pick your day that you want it to go to. So mine was set on the 5th, but let's say I'm going to move it to the 18th. So you want to make sure that you click, after you choose your date, you must click Save Changes. Now let's see what happens here. Okay, so when you look here, where am I?
It's, yeah, it swaps it.
Okay.
It's your second order now.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, okay, here we go. Good. Okay, so you see how it didn't change? That's a glitch that's happening in the system, and this is why I wanted to do this topic today. When you change the date here, it doesn't seem to hold it. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go to the, I'm going to pick, actually, I'll do the 18th, and I'm going to save the change. Okay, and it has not changed it. You see how it still says November 5th? That's a glitch, and they are aware of it. So there's a couple of little hacks you can do. One of them is you can tap your heels 3 times and spin around the room. And sometimes that works, right, Sally? Sometimes that works. Yeah.
Sometimes you have to tap your heels 3 times, though.
Yeah, you got to tap your heels. You got to be wearing ruby shoes.
What I found is,
pardon me?
what I found too is sometimes, Monique, if you just refresh that page, it'll come back.
Right. So that's what I want to show you. So notice that. Sorry. No, that's okay. So notice that see how I'm changing it over and over, and it doesn't change it out here. It still says, okay, now. Look.
Now.
Okay. So I did it 3 times consecutively. Sometimes I used to think it was because of doing that. In fact, what they're saying is it takes about 1.5 minutes to change. So you may not need to do it 3 times. Just don't log out and don't get frustrated. Sometimes the other day we were telling people, okay, after you change the date, just go and, click on this tab and then click on this tab, and then click on this tab, and then come back to my subscription, and oh, it'll be magically changed. So just know what it is, in fact, is a time delay. So when you do it, just give it a moment. And then like Sally said, the other thing you can do is you go up to the top here under, and you hit your little refresh button, and it'll refresh the page and it'll reload it. And then that usually takes care of it. But there is built into it kind of a 1 minute delay right now. So just know that that's typically what the issue is. And it's super frustrating when you don't know this, right? And it's a
Monique,
glitch. What's
Can
that?
I add one thing at this point? Another reason for moving it away from the 28th is if there are any credit card issues that come up. You
Yes,
want to get those issues resolved before the 28th, because
Yes.
at that point, the lines at client care get pretty busy.
yes, that's exactly right. Yes, good point. So yes, that's another, there's a multitude of reasons why you want to get it off the 28th and move it up. And like I say, even if it means if you don't want to do it all at once, like I just did it 1 month where I just moved it up. And of course, my product came much sooner, but that was fine. Then I was done, and then I left it at the beginning of the month. But if not, just move it up a few days.
Yeah.
Okay,
You want to encourage anyone that you sign up as well to not be stuck in the 28th.
oh, yes,
when it
absolutely.
moves
Yes, because everybody, we all face, whether you're, it doesn't matter if you're an ambassador who's building a team or you're an ambassador using your own products and nothing else. If your card declines, if there's any issue that happens on the 28th, it's just not good. And it's
Can I
just the way it is.
With quick question, Monique.
Mhm.
Well, how many days, say your date was the 20th, how many days before can you make a change to your order?
Right, great question. So you can make a change. So when you actually, let me just bring up the calendar. So if my selection is the 18th, it's going to ship 1 minute after midnight, the night of the 17th. Okay, so the 17th, when you get to midnight, 1 minute after midnight, which is now the 18th, that's the shipping time it goes. And you need to make any changes before 9 p.m. Pacific. Okay, so it's midnight East, no, is that correct? Let me think. Yes, it's prior to 9 o'clock Pacific that you need to make your changes. I wouldn't recommend leaving it right to the last minute, because it's like, if you can watch it at midnight, those shipments go out. So I would do it sooner than that, but you have up until the day before to do it.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, so now I'm going to actually open the subscription, and just so you know, you can actually change the date when your subscription's open. You can see it's still here anyway. So now my subscription is open. So these are the products that are currently scheduled to be shipped to me on November 18th. Okay, so there's the name of the product. This is a plus or minus, so you can decrease it to 1. Oh, hang on, I'm going to do that in a minute because I want to show you what happens. You can decrease this to 1, or you can increase it to 3. I also have a combo here that has pink drink, a bag of lean, and a bottle of block. So if you look to the right, you'll see where it gives you the wholesale price, and underneath the wholesale price is what's called PV, which is the point value of the product. In the US, they're much closer together, but because of the dollar exchange, there's a differential. This number of PV is important because to get the maximum amount of bang for your buck in Plexus as a wholesale buyer, you want to make sure that your monthly subscription adds up to 100 of these PVs. And what that will do is it will trigger what's called perk points. And perk points give you free products. So I'll talk about that shortly. So when you look at these individual numbers, and then you can see here they're added up right here, total PV. So mine is at 212, okay? At 100, when your PV is 100, you will get 100 perk points. When you enrolled as a member, you were given 250 perk points. That's part of your membership. You get 250 perk points. Now, when this order goes, I'm going to get another 100 perk points, unless this number is over 200, and then I'm going to get 200 perk points. So 100 PV to 199, you get 100 perk points. 200 PV and up, you get 200 perk points. And if your order includes the product of the month, which mine did, you're going to get an extra 50 perk points. Perk points are gold. This is money in your pocket. If the only thing you want to do as a new member is just use the products, you don't want to talk about, you know, building a team, you don't want to do anything, you just want to use the products, this is where you are going to start really saving money, because you're going to get some free products through these points. And I'll show you how that works in a minute. I want to give you an example. Yesterday, I spoke to Brenda. Brenda and I had not looked in her account for a while. Brenda's been happily using the products. She was on the triplex. She enrolled, I don't know how many months ago, 4 months ago. She gets the triplex and product for her husband. She never looked at her subscription. She knew she had one. She liked it, just the product just comes every month. She's perfectly happy. We opened it up yesterday. She had 1,000 perk points. So she was thrilled. That was 3 bottles of product fully paid for with her 100 perk points, 1,000 perk points, right? So she'd been earning, because she was ordering product for herself and her husband, her PV number was over 200. So she had her original 250. She was getting 200 every month. Plus she had ordered a product of the month. She didn't even know that. She didn't even know that that's what it did. And she now had 1,000 perk points that she was able to spend. And she didn't use them all up. She used it for one product. Okay, so this is what I want to show you. This isn't like an auto ship coming from the company. You're the one who chooses what goes in it. So if you want to add product or remove product, this is where you do it. Always add whatever you want first and come back and remove what you don't want, okay? If you were to remove, let's say you look at this and you think, I don't want any of these products, I'm going to remove them all, you close your subscription. And when you close your subscription, you now have to build a new subscription. And also you have a 3-day window before you lose your perk points. So if you do it by accident, don't worry, you're not going to have lost your perk points. There is a 3-day window because they understand that that can happen, okay? So there is 3 days for you to be able to turn it back on without losing those perk points. Okay, so you always add what you want. So I want somebody here in the group to place an order. I want you to tell me what you want. Okay, Sally, go ahead.
A bag of lean chocolate.
Yep.
A bottle of Ease. A bag of Slim Hunger Control.
Okay. All right, so a chocolate lean, a Ease, and a Slim HC. Okay, so we're going to add first. We're going to add the products that she wants. I mean, obviously, if it's sitting right here, but I'll show you a couple of ways you can save some money. So we're going to click on Add Product to Subscription. Okay. And this screen is going to come up. And there's always going to be the triplex first. These two are always sitting here first. So if all you want is triplex, it's right here, sitting right here. And then here's where you add additional products to your subscription. So there's weight management, nutrition, personal care, and combos. So when you're going to order, I wrote them down because what I'm going to want to do is, first of all, go into combos and see if there's a combo that has these 3 in it, because some of the combos, well, I would say most of these combos are cheaper if you buy them in combo than if you buy them individually. I actually worked out yesterday, let me just give you the exact numbers. If you wanted a bag of Slim and a bottle of Metaburn, if you go in here and you go to weight management and you add a bag of Slim to your subscription, you just click on like that, okay? And if you go find the bottle of Metaburn, there it is, and you click on it right here and you add that to your subscription. A bag of pink drink by itself with a bottle of Ease a bottle of Metaburn. The two of them together add up to 100 PV. See, there's 70 PV here. There's 30 PV here. The total for these two products added together is $145.52. Okay. If you go to the combos, and you guys will get to know this just by spending time and hanging out in here. There is a combo that has a bag of Slim and a bottle of Metaburn. Right there. See them right here? Okay, if you get the combo, it's $140.24. So you've saved $5 right here just by knowing to take a look in your combos first. So Sally, you wanted a chocolate lean, an ease, and a slim. So the first thing I would do is I would go through and I would look at the combos and I would look for one that has slim, lean, and a bottle of ease. Ease is a green bottle, so that'll make it a little easier to scan. We're looking for 2 bags and 1 green bottle. Okay, so there isn't that combo. So then what you're going to do is you're going to go back up to your tabs and you're going to add, like we just did, we added a bag of Slim. I'm going to take off this Metaburn because she doesn't want it. I'll show you how to do that after. What else did you want? You wanted Slim HC. Okay, I'm going to add that. I'm going to remove that one. I'm going to remove this one, and you wanted ease. So under nutrition is where you find your X Factor, Vital Biome, ProBio CA, all these other products. There's ease. We're going to add one of those. What was the other thing? Oh, chocolate lean. That's also in weight management. There it is. Do you want the whey milk chocolate or do you want the chocolate vegan? Sally. Sally.
She's on mute.
Unmute.
Not the whey one. The whey one I want, not the vegan one, sorry.
Okay, so we're going to add that. Okay, once you've added everything you want in your subscription, go back and click on My Account. And then you'll be back into your subscription again. And now you can see what you've added. And now we're going to remove what Sally doesn't want anymore in her subscription. Okay, so let's open it up here. Okay, so you don't want X factors. So you see over here on this, on the right, remove. Okay, so there's 3 different messages that will pop up. One of them is, do you want to remove the product? Yes. So they're double checking. Okay, the ProBio CA, going to remove that. Do you want to remove that? Yes. Okay, the active combo, action combo vanilla, I don't want that anymore. We're going to remove that. Now look at this, different message. This message is letting you know that you are dropping below the 200 point mark. So you're dropping from 200 into the 100 perk points, okay? And it's just letting you know. So all you put is, yep, you know that. You're going to decrease further your perk earnings, whatever. Yep, I know that. Okay, get rid of it. Okay, so now we've got the 3 products that Sally wants. Okay, I'm going to remove one more so that it drops below. How many do I need to remove? I'll remove this bag here because right now our PV total is 120. So I'm going to remove the bag of Slim so you can see what happens if your perk points drop below 100. I mean, not your perk points, your PV below 100. A different warning comes up. And this one is saying to you that if you remove this, you're actually going to lose your credits. Your credits will be gone in 3 days. Okay, so this is giving you a warning and it's just letting you know that if you do that, you're going to lose it. Now, Stella, what I couldn't figure out is if I'm saying, yes, I know that, and I want to still get rid of it, what do I click?
You just go back to your keep earning perk points.
Yeah.
So it goes back to the order. Now, when you remove it, it should remove it. Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't. And I couldn't figure out the other day I thought there was, there used to be an option that says, yes, I
Yeah.
understand, and I want to get rid of it anyway, but I'm thinking there must be some place you can click.
What about the edit subscription on the top left?
Monique,
Oh,
but you
Oh.
cannot have a well, I guess you can have.
Yes,
Yes,
you
you
can have a
can.
subscription
yeah,
under
you can have
100.
a subscription
Yeah.
that's less than 100. You just won't earn your perk points.
That's true.
But on this, Monique, under that, see the products you can redeem with your perk points. Maybe they're asking you to redeem your products before you remove
Oh, could be. Okay, yeah,
that
that could
100.
be.
So you lose your 100. As long as you've got your 100 PV, you're going to maintain perk points.
Yeah,
But
I'm
you
gonna-
could redeem your perk points now,
yeah.
get your product with what you've got on this subscription, and
Yeah.
that way you would still be able to redeem those.
Got it. So if there's no perk points sitting in my account, the message might come up different. So I have
Yeah.
perk points. You're right. So I have perk points. So it's telling me, see the products that you can redeem with your perk credits. Actually, that's really great that it tells you
Yeah.
that. So that's wonderful. Okay. So I'm not going to do that because I am not, I'm not closing my thing. Okay. So there's Sally's products. Now you can go look at your perk points and see how many you've got. So on the left over here again, below subscription, you just go down to where it says perks and it will tell you how many you have. So if you're brand new, like Elaine, yours is going to say 250. Oh my God, look how many I have. Yours will say 250, Elaine. And then when your next order goes through in November, you're going to earn another 100 depending on your order. And then yours will say 350. So when you want to use your perk points, or if you just want to see what there is and how much it costs to, how many perk points it takes to get a product, you just click on this Redeem Perks tab. Okay, and here are the products. Now, here's something I want you guys to see. You see 3 products here, 260 perk points to 270. Always click the arrow right below it because if they add something to that category, you want to make sure you see it. This one doesn't have anything else. It's only got 3 products. But if I go to the next grouping, okay, this grouping, these are 300 perk points up to 399 perk points, and you see 4 products here. But if you click on View More, whole bunch more products come up. Pretty much every product in the Canadian line of products is here except Active. I think that's about it. So I have 1,050 points. So I am going to get myself a bottle of what wasn't on Sally's order. I'm going to get a ProBio CA. So you just click on it. Okay. And I'm going to get 2 bottles of ProBio CA. There we go. So I can make it 2. And now you scroll to the bottom. Here's another category from 400 to 800. You can get a bag of Slim or Slim Hunger Control or Vegan Lean. Okay, and View More. I don't think there's any more in that category. Okay, so once I've selected what I want, which I did, go down to the bottom and it says Redeem Perks. And now it's going to add it to my subscription.
When there's a product of the month, if you order 2, like this month, it's the Slim Hunger Control. If you order 2, do you get double the points?
Oh,
No,
No,
you don't,
no?
because
Okay.
you don't get PV on products that you redeem through perk points.
Okay.
There's 0 PV on perk point redemptions.
right. That's, yes, that's a good point.
But what I do is I look for the products that have the greatest difference between cost and PV.
Yes.
And the one that I found is lean. So instead of ordering lean on my subscription, I get it through my perk points
Oh,
and
you're so
order
smart.
the products with the higher PV through my subscription. It's not a lot, but it's some. It's, and every
Makes a
bit.
difference. I actually did a comparison of cost to PV value, and Slim is your number one. You get a 9% return on that one, where some of them are only at 5%. Let's say your Vital Biome, for example. So you're getting more bang for your buck in your perks if you understand that comparison.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay, so, and if you don't understand that and you're watching this, just know that you contact Stella. Oh, Jacqueline, don't contact me because I'm the worst for that. I'm like the person who shops for a car based on the color. I shop my perks. I never even think to look at that. But now that I know that, I did notice that the vegan lean is in the highest category, but the other lean is you can get a bag of lean for 300. So if you're not vegan, don't order the vegan lean. Make sure you order the regular one. Okay. So now I'm going to reopen my subscription. Now we're going to see the perk products we added. So there's our Slim, our Ease, and our Whey, chocolate whey that Sally wanted. And now here are my 2 bottles. Here's the number 2 bottles of ProBio CA. So now you see over here, there's no PV, there is no point value attached to free product, okay? So if you can't use your perk product to make up that 100 PV. And the reason you want to stay above 100 on your monthly order, you don't have to, you do not have to. So you have 100% control over your subscription. You can turn a subscription off right here, cancel subscription. You can turn it off, never have to deal with subscription, or you can have it below 100, but if you leave it above 100, you will get perk points, and you also are qualified now for rebates on your personal purchases as well. So when you purchase over 100 PV, you get rebates back on that. So it can give you back a couple of dollars. And if you have any other friends or people that join you with in Plexus and that you enroll them, then that 100 PV, you want that to be 100 PV for the month so that you can get rebates as well. That 100 PV doesn't have to come from subscription. It can come from customers. It can come from you shopping out of your other shopping cart. But by leaving it on here, you're always going to get those perk points. So I actually teach, I teach my new people to never shop from this button here. I tell them, don't shop there unless you're really stuck. Let's say you need 1 bottle of Vital Biome, you forgot it, and your auto ship came out. I would borrow one from somebody else before I would place a 1 order for a bottle of something, because you're going to pay shipping on that. It doesn't count in your subscription. You don't get any perk points when you shop here. So I really recommend people not to shop here unless they're absolutely stuck, but then always see if you can borrow a product first from somebody and then replace it later. So because if you shop here, there's no perk points. It is still wholesale. It is wholesale, but you can see from between the perk points and the savings by doing combos and that, you're just way better off to shop in here. Okay, so now I'm going to, if you decide you change your mind and you're like, oh, I don't want to use my perk points, I want to save them up, all you do is hit remove and it'll remove that. Okay, any questions or things you want to add to this part of how to add and remove product? Once you play around in here, it really gets very, very simple and kind of fun. You know, like you know, Jacqueline and Stella, they've worked out exactly where to get your best bang for your buck. So it's kind of fun to do. Okay,
Monique,
yes.
somebody said earlier in the call, I thought that the X Factor was the product of the month, but it's not. It's Slim Hunger Control.
Perfect, thank you.
Mhm.
I put
Okay.
it in the chat.
Oh,
I
didn't see
got
that,
an
sorry.
email. I got an email that said you have earned 50 perk.
Yeah, you earned it for September.
For
Oh, okay,
September.
thank you. Because I was going to say I don't ever use hunger control. So, okay, so that was for September. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect, thank you. So they send you an email letting you know that, which is great.
Correct.
Okay, so anything else before I close this whole window? I'm going to go back here. Let me just
Yes.
unstop sharing. Okay,
Yes,
I'm gonna-
Minnie, can you talk about the conditional? Because there's a button that says conditional there.
Yes, thank you. Okay, a conditional would be something that, yeah, that's a great point. We never hardly talk about that anymore. Okay, so conditional means that your subscription will only get shipped to you if you don't already have 100 PV in your account through customers, preferred customers, another order that you placed already this month. So if you don't have 100 PV in your account and it's the end of the month, then then you will get an order shipped to you of your choice, whatever it is that you set this at. So let's say it's these products. Let's say we're going to set it. I'm going to remove this. Okay, so let's say your subscription is set at exactly 100 PV. You want to make sure that you never miss that 100. You want to get your perk points, whatever. Okay, so there's 70 plus 30. If you make it conditional, on the 28th of the month, if you have not reached your 100 PV by doing other things through customers or having placed orders through your little shopping button up here, then it will ship this to you to ensure that you have your 100 points so that you don't miss your check. I did this once. I lost $420. I will never forget that because I did not have my subscription on. I was sure every month I'll remember to do this, and I didn't do it that month. And I did not have my PV, and I did not have it set as conditional. I had no subscription on. So I lost out $420 that would have come to me because I already had some other people in my group that were purchasing products and stuff. So I have never done that since. So this is like an insurance. This is, you would have this on if you don't want to have a regular subscription and you just want to rely on yourself or your customers to hit that 100, then you would click that on. Okay, and then you can still set it for a date that you want, and it will automatically ship to you if you don't meet your 100. But here's what's important about this, and this is why I don't use it. I'm going to unclick that right now. Let's say you had ordered 70 PV worth of products. Okay, so let's say you had ordered a bag of Slim already and you had 70 PV at the end of the month. Because you don't have your 100 PV, it will ship you everything that's in here. It's not just going to ship you, it's not going to select, because the company doesn't control this, you do. It's not going to just select you what you need to hit 100. It's going to ship all of this, and now you've got, you know, 140 or whatever PV. So that's there kind of as an insurance if you don't want to have a regular subscription on. It's often brand new people. I'm going to say it this way. Anybody who is building a business in Plexus will always have a subscription on. I can't think of anybody who wouldn't. It's brand new people who just enrolled and they're nervous about it because they're thinking of it as an auto ship, and they're worried that I don't want anybody shipping me stuff and I don't want anything coming off my credit card. And that's because they're confusing it with an auto ship. And once you take them in here and you help them with this, and they understand the benefit of getting those perk points and getting free products, and they take a look in there, now they'll feel better about it. So here's how I manage it. When I personally enroll anybody, other than Jacqueline and Stella, who I personally enrolled, but these two have been in this as long as I have, anybody that I enroll, I make a note in my calendar. So let's say they enrolled today, which is the 6th. I put a note in my calendar 4 days prior to their next subscription due to go out. So their next subscription I know is exactly a month from now because I enrolled them today. So on my personal calendar, I'll put a note that, let's say it was Sally that I enrolled, that on November 2nd, I mean, if Sally is my brand new person, I'm going to be talking to her every 2 days, first of all, for 2 weeks, every 2 days. How are you doing? You being consistent? How are you doing with making this work in your shift work, Elaine? How are you figuring this out for
You're breaking up, Monique, pretty bad.
Oh. Is that better? How's that? No?
Yeah. Yeah.
Better? Okay. So
Yes.
if Elaine was my new person that I just enrolled today, I'm going to be staying in touch with Elaine every 2 days. How are you doing, Elaine? How's it working out with days and nights, or anything you want to tweak? What can I help you with? How are you feeling? What are you noticing? What are you noticing with your mood, your digestion, your energy, all of those kinds of things? And I'm going to be checking in with her. And then after that, maybe every week, but for sure, 4 days before that next subscription is due to go out, if it's still turned on, I'm going to call her and I'm going to check in with her. Okay, so how have you been? Well, if she's been super inconsistent and she hasn't been taking her pink drink, she's going to say, well, I've still got 15 packets of pink drink. I don't want anything to get shipped to me. I've still got 15. No problem. So what we're going to do, count how many pink drink you have. Okay, you have 15. So instead of having your order come out on the 5th, so let's add 15 to that. So how about then you're going to be running out on the 18th. So we want to allow a couple of days for shipping. So let's get your order to go out on the 13th. Okay, so now they can see, and I do this right on Zoom with people so that they can see that this is what we're doing, okay? If something happened and somebody, for whatever reason is, I don't want anything next month, I'm gonna be in Mexico and I'm not gonna be taking any product until I get back, I don't want any products next month, you can go and jump to the next month, okay? You can go ahead and you can jump to December and you can set the date there, all right? And do the same thing, save the change. It will save your perk points. You won't earn any in the month of November because you didn't order anything, but you're not going to lose your perk points. So honestly, I can't think of any reason why anybody would want to shut off a subscription other than fear of past experiences with Autoship. And if they have products showing up at their door and they didn't expect it, that's our fault when we enrolled them, that we didn't tell them that and that we didn't go over this with them. Nobody should be ever receiving a surprise order at their door and see charges coming off their credit card. This is something, if we take time to explain to people and they feel comfortable about it and you practice with them a few times, they'll go in here and they'll look after it for the rest of their time. And they will earn little rebates. They'll get some money back. Stella will show you on Saturday on her training. She's going to show you this payment here in your wallet. Look at that. Ha! I love that when I open this and I see money. These are, I don't even know what these are. Stella can explain to you, but there's little bits of money that come in from Plexus all the time for different things. Plus we get our big monthly payments on the 14th of the month for the previous month. Yeah, so when people are just using product themselves, okay, like this gal yesterday, and then you open this up and you find out that they've got money in there, like Miss Sally on this call, who had $1,000, if you can imagine, sitting in her wallet, $1,000 sitting in her wallet that she wasn't accessing. Yeah, I love that story, Sally. I'm so glad that happened because it's the best story ever. So Brenda yesterday had 1,000 perk points sitting there, and Sally, you know, finds out that she's got $1,000 sitting in her wallet. That's pretty darn exciting. But you know what? Way better that we're ahead of it and we're letting people know this, and we show them how to manage all of this, and we show them how to get that money out of there and into their bank account. And it's very fun and exciting for them. Okay, so
Monique?
I'm going to stop. Yes.